Welcome to the dumbest smart guy podcast on the planet. This is the Central Unintelligence Podcast.
Decide that yes, you are doing voiceovers for Ponder.
Everything.
Well, no, because the new theme song is gonna have intro. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Well, anyways, welcome to the Central Unintelligence Podcast for another fucking episode.
Of the Central Unintelligence Podcast.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's going to be fucking talking about this Iran shit once again. But you know what? That's hot right now. That's what's going on. New information's coming out basically daily. And we're not going to be able to sit here and
Not talk about it.
So we might as well discuss the things that have been happening. So
Well, this time it's different.
yeah, this time is different.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. Frank's here. So you've heard me talk shit about this topics with Adam for the last couple of episodes. Now we have Frank. We can get Frank's take on the issue as well. So this will be different. You know, it won't be it's the same old shit. But anyways, if you do want to listen to other podcasts that we have, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com and see the full menu and assortment of podcasts that we have. You can go follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter /X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube, Game Rage Magazine on there. And if you want to follow Frank and you like anime, if our Belgian brethren like anime, y'all can go listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast, located conveniently wherever podcasts are had and sold. And you can also go to anime_syndicate_podcast on Instagram and follow Frank there. All right, now, plugs are out of the way. Iran and Israel. This whole thing has been escalating over the last...
Before you continue.
Yeah.
Are you calling it that because that's how you think it's called? Or because...
No, it's Iran. That's how you say it. I'm just an asshole.
Okay.
And I'm American. This is another thing I was going to talk about. I felt like this could have been a BFN topic, but I think it's appropriate here because this podcast has a large international audience. I don't understand, okay, you know how when you're, you speak Spanish, right? Okay? Mm-hmm. If I am talking to someone who speaks Spanish and I say something in Spanish, and I say it wrong, let's say with the wrong inflections on the words, I'm immediately corrected, right? Bear stop. Any American that says something in another language gets immediately corrected and, oh, you're insulting my culture, blah, 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 right?
Because you are.
Well, I'm American, right? So if I am somewhere in a foreign country and I pronounce something wrong, I'm American. But if you come here, or if I'm somewhere and you pronounce something in English wrong, I've never corrected somebody in how to say it, unless they've asked me, hey, am I saying this right? And I'll say, no, it's technically said like this. Oh, well, that's my accent, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Well,
you're kind of the wrong person to be talking about this.
What?
Because you purposely pronounce words wrong just to piss people off.
Yeah, true. But what I'm saying is...
Especially with me.
No, that's not always true.
How many times have I told you that I do not like the way you say tortillas?
Yeah, tortillas?
Yeah.
I like saying it that way.
Jalapenos.
Huh?
Or jalapenos.
Jalapenos? Sure, I just enjoy saying it that way. I'm not insulting the culture by saying it that way. I'm American. I don't have a Mexican accent. Huh?
At what point are you?
I don't know if I'm like, hey there, Mexican, do you want some tortillas? Do you want to get some jalapenos? Like, if I'm saying it like that, then yeah, that's insulting like your culture.
But then what about when the person asks you, hey man, can you stop? It's really offensive.
Well, when you do it, see, that's a bad example because I purposely like to piss you off.
Yes.
Because of for offensive reasons.
But I'm just saying, at that point, you're being an asshole.
Yeah, to you. I'm not going around to people I don't know saying, yeah, when we go to Cardenas, okay, I'm not going like, yo, let me get a jalapeno sandwich, or let me get a tortilla with cheese. I'm not doing that because I'm not an asshole. But if I say a word wrong, it's like I said, immediately jumped upon. I pronounced it wrong. I get it, cool. But when you come here to my country and you want to speak my language, if you say something wrong, I'm not going to make you feel like an asshole and be like, oh, you didn't say, I don't know, Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
No,
you didn't say it right. I'm not going to yell at you.
You should have said Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi would probably be a good example.
What's his name? Boris. It's a YouTuber I follow. Uh-huh. He did an episode where he named all the 50 states of America. Uh-huh. And when he got to Mississippi, Mississippi.
That's pretty funny. Anyways, that was just something.
I think I'm gonna make that one of these clips.
What?
The way he was pronouncing Mississippi.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So back to the Iran thing here. This thing has been escalating.
The reason I brought that up was because Habitual Line Crosser, one of the jokes he has is that Iran is getting pissed off at the United States because it keeps calling him Iran. Like, it is Iran. He goes, listen here, Iran. Or he goes, every time Florida talks, Billy Baghdad.
Yeah, Billy Baghdad.
But sorry, continue.
So this thing's been escalating over and over. And I have been of the opinion that looking at the larger geopolitical narrative, this is like a proxy, right? This is a proxy war between BRICS and America. It's directly involving a member of BRICS, essentially, but the Russia-Ukraine situation has been a proxy war between BRICS and NATO/America, right?
Here it is.
Yes, Missouri, Montana.
I just like that. That's pretty American where it's like, yes, got it, nailed it.
Yeah. But I just think that this has been they've been wanting a pretext to go to war with Iran forever.
And we've been looking for a new parking lot.
Right. We've been looking to put Disneyland Middle East in, all right? And the pretext for doing this has been because Iran has chosen to be in BRICS. They've chosen to expel the IAEA inspectors to make sure that they don't fucking make nuclear weapons with their nuclear power plants that they have. And I mean, just today, not today, but 2 days ago now, on the 31st or the 1st, we introduced a resolution into Congress to essentially authorize the president.
I told you earlier, we essentially declared war.
Right. In all intents and purposes, yeah. Now it hasn't been signed, it hasn't been passed yet. Okay, that's still procedurally it needs to go. But the fact that it happened and it's already been introduced, it's generating the will to go to war against Iran. And I think that it's no coincidence, again, that the Israelis, Netanyahu was here, and then all of a sudden, the next week, they're doing these assassinations. He talked to not only the current sitting president, but the potential both candidates who could win after this. Because if we get into some shit now,
the next candidate needs to be backing them.
Well, we're committed. It doesn't matter. Even if they're not backing this, they're going to have to be committed to it.
We can't appear weak.
Right. And Iran is in the same boat. They cannot appear weak against this. Now, the news has come out today that it has been confirmed that it wasn't a missile, it wasn't something shot from an aircraft. That was all the shit that was getting put out at the beginning. And I had said, well, we don't know for sure, but this is what they're saying. Now, the Iranians have said that it was a bomb and that there were other bombs that were found inside of other rooms in this fucking hotel or whatever the hell it was. And that tells me that this was clearly Mossad infiltrated the government of Iran. Now, 24 people
there's only 4 agencies in the world that could find out where he was to do a precision strike like that. And that's us, Russia, China,
and the Israelis.
Israelis, because let's face it, they're better than the CIA.
Yeah, the Israelis are the premier #1 intelligence agency on the planet.
I mean, we're both reading that book, Surprise, Kill, Vanish.
Yeah.
And the CIA is nothing but a ball of incompetence.
Yeah, essentially. And I don't think a lot of that has changed even to nowadays. But the whole reasoning for this is because Israel, for the last fucking 60 years, has been the only country in the Middle East possessing nuclear weapons. And now there is
Legally.
a country, right? Well, no, now there is a country that legitimately, likely already possibly has them and made them on their own. Now, they didn't have the ability to really do this up until kind of like last year. And I think the reason why they expelled all the International Atomic Energy Agency inspectors was because since they've been helping Russia so much with their war in Ukraine by sending them the Shahad drones and sending them fucking all kinds of shit, right? I think that in exchange...
Isn't it sad that those probably work better than Russian equipment?
Oh, they've clearly been more effective than Russian equipment.
Isn't that sad?
That is sad. But I do believe that the Russians probably likely assisted them instead of cash payments. Hey, we'll send over some of our nuclear scientists because we know how to do all this shit, and we'll show you guys how to do it. Hell, we'll even maybe give you some equipment how to do it in exchange for all this shit you're giving us. That's a great deal for Iran. That's a great deal for Russia. Basically costs Russia nothing, and they get all this free shit they can expend upon Ukraine. And the Iranians gain something that, hey, we were just going to make these things and just whatever, do fuck all with them anyways. Oh, well, we can see them tested in combat, okay? And we can see how to make nuclear weapons. Great deal for all the parties involved that are involved, not us, right? Mm-hmm. And so...
Great for us that it finally gives us a reason to attack.
Right. Israel and the United States, we cannot allow, geopolitically, we cannot allow any country in the Middle East except Israel to have nuclear weapons, because that's the only reason that Israel exists currently is because they have that trump card. Mm-hmm. You can just dump a nuke on somebody, and honestly, if Israel were to nuke countries in the Middle East, Russia, China, and all the other nuclear powers are not going to retaliate nuclear against them. Because once you do that, you open the door for us to nuke you. So that's not gonna happen. A nuclear strike, if it were to happen in the Middle East from Israel to Iran or vice versa, would be limited to those two countries or the Middle East. Russia wouldn't launch, China wouldn't launch, fucking the US wouldn't launch, because they're only going to launch if they perceive the direct threat to themselves. And they're only going to launch at the enemy, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't think that would cause a nuclear war, which I don't think that Israel dumping nukes is out of the realm of possibility if they are threatened. Because, as we know, the Samson option is a legitimate, real option. And that's where if the statehood or the sovereignty of Israel is threatened to be wiped out, part of their never again policy is to nuke whoever is fucking. They will just scorched earth and nuke themselves and kill all the enemies that are about to take over. That's a legitimate strategy, and they make that well known because they want you to know, if you come at us again, bro, you could get nuked. So
I was clicking off the screensaver.
So we've also got that situation happening. We've got, let me go back to the thing that had the, why does it keep doing this? We just deployed for the first time, our B-52H nuclear bombers to Romania.
Well, did you also see that we tested our new missile with the B-52?
No, I didn't see that one.
It's a ship sinker.
Oh, nice. Well, we're going to need that, because if we can take out your Navy, then you can't really do shit to us.
I mean, we could already do that, but now we're just being more direct.
Yeah, now it's just for sure, direct. We also had...
From what I remember, it's the same size as the JDAM javelins. Mm-hmm. So that means Rapid Dragon can deploy them.
Oh, that's true. You can sink a whole Navy with a couple fucking C5 Galaxies.
Just one C-17 could fucking... Is it C-17 or C-7?
Well, Galaxy. C5 is the biggest one.
The C5 Galaxy?
Yeah.
42 is, I think, it's the number that it can carry. So it can launch 42 missiles in one payload.
That's crazy.
And each one of those missiles can travel 600 miles.
That is fucking crazy.
So, the JDAMs. I don't know about this.
Yeah. Who knows about the new whatevers? I mean, maybe even longer range.
I doubt it. I think they're fatter, actually.
Yeah. And I had said that now that this was kind of confirmed that this was a bomb that blew up in this room, the Iranians have arrested 24 fucking high-level individuals or 24 individuals that they've determined were in cahoots, somehow involved in this. And I'm telling you right now, all those dudes are being interrogated and likely going to be executed.
Do I actually have to play the recordings for you?
Shit, whatever. Anyways.
So what do you think about the F-15s doing this?
I was fucking engaged during that entire episode. Oh, so what? I'm yawning, okay? I wasn't asleep. I was reading all the stuff. Anyways, back to the...
I'm just saying, when we do other things, you're all energetic and shit. But at the same time, me,
That's not true. I was super energetic today for everything.
Because I was squeezing your nuts.
But I like that.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Anyways,
oh shit, are you recording that?
The B-52, or what do we say? Oh yeah,
the ship sinker and all that shit.
Yeah, and then we said that the Iranians have captured or taken in like 24 individuals.
It's funny how like the U.S.'s relationship with Israel has gone from, we like, they're our friend, to like, we need them.
Bitch, you're lucky you're endearing.
Yeah, true. Also, I mean, we have additionally deployed more forces now to the Middle East, to that theater. We're going to have 2 aircraft carrier groups out there again. And
okay, Jesus Christ.
What?
I saw something moving outside.
Oh, was it just Cooper?
And then, it was just Cooper's reflection.
Oh.
Like, it looked, because his fur is so fucking white, it looked that normal, like, fuck, is this the Skinwalker?
Supposedly, during this, people close to the Telegraph, or have leaked to the Telegraph, the newspaper, that the Revolutionary Guard, some of them were dissatisfied with some of the president of Iran's policies, this new guy. And that this was their way of like, oh, we're gonna just kill the top guys and like, because we want them gone, and so we can maybe take over or do things better. So now that this happens, basically everyone's been trying to convince Iran to not escalate, and they basically replied with, Israel crossed all the red lines. Our response will be swift and heavy, right? Now, I was of the opinion that April strike was kind of a horseshit strike. They told us in advance what was going to happen. They gave us all this info, and they launched like 300 things, and we basically shot all of them down except for like 4. I felt like that was more of an exploratory thing to say, okay, now we know where all your Iron Dome sites are. Now we know what kind of capability you have. What if we launch 900 next time when we really want to do something? What happens if we launch 3 times as many? Will you be able to shoot all those down? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. Sketchy. Who knows?
Well, you heard the story about the AC-130, right?
Which one?
The one that, remember when they attacked our base? And they killed, the one where they actually killed 3 Marines? And they did it unbeknownst to them that there was an AC-130 above them. And apparently we're having planes just flying around just in case for that scenario. And cool, these guys did it. All right, cool, they went home. That's where the guy lives. All right, throw everything.
Just fuck his house up.
Yeah. They literally followed them home, and then when they got home, that's when they fucking killed him.
Damn, that's funny.
And I'm like, and then what the fucking baller part of that was? They didn't turn off the transponder. So even civilian air traffic control was able to watch them do their bombing runs.
Oh, that's funny.
So like, do something.
Yeah, so going into, it's now Saturday morning, essentially our time on the west coast of the United States. So going into this moment now, Iran hasn't done a strike yet. And I kind of figured they wouldn't. I figured they would wait until, because they got to figure out how this breach happened, right? You got to clean house before you can start fucking with people. Yeah. You got to clean your own room before you can start going into other people's shit, right? So that's what they're doing. They're cleaning house. I think they've kind of mostly done that over the last few days. Now the strike could come at any time, or whatever the response is going to be. Iran's been saying that the Hezbollah may be attacking broader and deeper civilian as well as military targets inside of Israel. So we may see another incursion into Israel, such as like October 7th, but maybe on a grander scale. We've also seen, God damn it, where'd it go? I had it right here. On Iranian TV, one of the announcers, they were doing this fucking, I don't know, some show off of all their military shit, and they were basically saying that in the coming hours, the world will witness extraordinary scenes and very important developments, right? Which, again, kind of means nothing until they actually do something.
all that's gonna. They say all that, but all they're gonna hear is.
They might not even hear that because they'll be dead.
When you hear the bird,
Oh, it's too late.
No. When you hear the bird, you weren't the target.
That's true. Yeah, I ran. So over 24 senior officials got arrested. That was the number.
2,000?
24.
Okay, so I was like, wait, they have that many?
Yeah, serious. Basically, Israel keeps conducting these airstrikes as well. They've killed another multiples in the last few days. Even since this, they've been blowing up dudes in Hamas and Hezbollah. In terms of our...
Oh, did you hear my thing I sent you?
About what?
About the missiles?
What was it about?
It's the stealth missiles.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
So I was like, yeah, you were... Remember we were talking about if anyone was going to develop a stealth missile.
Yeah, it'd be us.
And then we've come to find out, they had the idea since the 90s. They just didn't want to give anybody else the stealth technology because if the missile blows up, they're going to be able to have access to their stealth technology.
Right, yeah.
But now that everybody has stealth technology.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's make a stealth missile.
Once again, this is technology we've had since the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. We now are going to have 2 aircraft carrier groups out we're going to have the USS Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, and the USS Abraham Lincoln just got sent over.
Isn't that our newer one?
Not a newer one, no. That one's, I think, was made in like the 80s or the 90s.
Which is the one I'm thinking of then?
The
Kennedy?
Ronald Reagan, maybe?
Or is the Kennedy the one that's being made right now?
No, I think was it the Obama that was the carrier?
No, they bought. Oh, Kennedy was the last. I think Kennedy's supposed to be the last one named after our president.
List of U.S. carriers. Let's do that. Aircraft carriers, United States Navy. Okay, we have the. This will go by. Where are the ones that are in active service? CV. No, CV. Jesus Christ. Okay, green means active service. We have the Nimitz, which is the oldest. The Dwight D. Eisenhower, which is the second oldest, which is over there. The Carl Vinson, Theodore Roosevelt. Or no, I'm sorry. Theodore Roosevelt's the one that's over there. And then the Abraham Lincoln.
The Ford is the newest one.
Yeah, George Washington, Gerald L. Ford. Yeah, John F. Kennedy's coming on in 2025. Then the Enterprise.
Oh, we're bringing back the Enterprise?
Yeah, that's going to be in 2028.
So that's gonna be is that going to be our new flagship then?
Maybe, I don't know. And then
because right now it's the Ford.
Yeah.
Because the Enterprise has been our flagship since the first Navy we ever made our first Navy.
Yeah.
It was the Enterprise and the Intrepid.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that these are of the ships that are in.
Look, the largest Navy in the world is us.
Right.
Navy. Our Navy, I mean. The second largest Navy is our reserve fleet.
Yeah.
The third largest is our museum ships.
Yeah.
The fourth largest is the Coast Guard.
Yeah, when it comes to naval superiority, I mean, we kind of got everybody beat.
By tonnage.
Yeah.
And technology.
Which is
and willpower.
Maybe even more important than anything
and power
else.
Force.
Yeah.
Projection force.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't.
But it's okay. The Chinese got us beat in numbers because they count their canoes as well.
That's true. LHD-1. That's. Let me see real quick when that ship was made. That's a LHD.
That's a amphibious ship.
Yeah, it's the amphibious assault ship. This one was.
You didn't get to go, but what you call it? The Peleliu that we went on to for the Navy cruise. Yeah. That was LHH.
Yeah, the LHD. This one that's over there, the Wasp. This is the oldest one of those that we have in the fleet.
So that's part of the target.
I do think I think something's going to be sacrificed. I think that something is going to be sacrificed, and
literally every fucking war we've entered, major war, is because somebody touched our boats.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be on purpose sacrifice, but what my whole point of like, anybody can get lucky, man.
I'm still in the opinion that if what happened to the USS Liberty is true, or I think it was the Liberty. Where Israel supposedly sunk as a false flag. If it's true, I think we should have glassed Israel.
Yeah, true. They shouldn't be fucking with our boats. Especially to get us involved in bullshit.
Yeah.
Also, I think that what will end up happening here is, again, the whole Murphy's Law thing is a real deal. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And regardless of the amount of technology that we have and all these things with these ships, things break down, things have a day where it doesn't maybe work right. I mean, Jesus Christ. All it takes is for one missile to be shot at the right angle, at the right trajectory, with the right speed.
Look at the F-117. Where it was shot down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all it takes is one
Dumb
lucky
luck.
shot and a myriad of our things to go wrong. And then, bam, now we have a U.S. Navy ship being hit by a quote-unquote hypersonic missile or whatever the fuck they're going to use. And then to show that we're not weak, we have to glass their country. Like, you just have to get... I don't think we're going to be boots on the ground.
That's the main thing right now. That's the problem. Is that nobody understands how handicapped we are in a sense of the ROEs.
Yeah.
If we get an enemy that hits our boat and we take the gloves off, this is me as an American, Mark.
Yeah.
As a fucking simp for this country. I'm scared for whoever does that.
Oh yeah, they're fucked. I mean,
An unrestricted U.S. military strike. We say jokingly about, oh yeah, glassing, whatever, all that stuff. Legitimately, non-nuclear attack from the U.S., unrestricted, no ROEs. You pissed us off to that point. I don't think whatever country did it isn't going to come back.
do you know how many civilians we're gonna kill? Do you know we killed over fucking 250,000 civilians in 20 years fighting a guerrilla war in Afghanistan and Iraq, right?
But then again, to be fair, in that scenario,
And that was us being heavily restricted by rules of engagement.
and I'm saying, to be fair, in that situation, we were fighting an enemy that was hiding behind civilians.
Right, and even with our restrictive rules of engagement, we still only managed to kill 250,000 people. Just imagine if we don't have those restrictions anymore. If those restrictions are gone because you directly killed people and now we're gonna come for you. When those restrictions are gone, I think there's 90 million people that are in, or 90 million people.
I said in I think the last no party I was a part of. I mean, yeah, we have our problems with the Middle East, but I don't want them gone.
Right, neither do I.
The cultural damage alone would be devastating.
Yeah, and going against globalfirepower.com is a great website for putting countries against each other just on numbers. This doesn't include obviously heart or fighting spirit or whatever you want to call it, right? But this is just purely based on numbers. And if you take Iran versus Israel, Iran has a population of 87 million people. Israel's got 9 million dudes or people. Of those people, in available manpower that's fit for service, 41 million for Iran, 3 million for Israel. If you look at active military personnel between reserves, paramilitary, and active personnel, you've got on Iran, you've already got about 1.5 million or close to that. With Israel, you've got maybe 600,000. Okay. Defense budget, Israel's defense budget's much higher. But when you look at aircraft, yes, Israel has a few. It has 612. They got 551 aircraft. They're very closely ranked in that.
Yeah, but Israel's got F-35s.
That's going to be the difference maker. But the bottom line is, Iran has more dudes, and we talked about it with the Ukraine thing.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
you know how many missiles the F-35 can hold? Total.
No.
6.
That's it?
Do you know how many the F-22 can hold?
How many?
About 8.
So a little more.
You know how many the F-15 can hold?
Like fucking 20 something.
16 to 18.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Double.
Just straight missiles.
Yeah.
Because, they're usually carrying bombs as well.
Right,
like that,
yeah,
but straight missiles, I think it's like 15 or 16. So.
And that's another thing. If you look at what's going to be used to shoot down like these missiles and stuff, you can't send an F-22 or an F-35 against that because you only can shoot down maybe 6 missiles and then you got to go reload.
Well, here's the thing with the F-22. The way it's designed, it's got 4 missile compartments that are the bay.
Yeah.
So the bay opens and it shoots the missile, then closes, shoots and closes.
Yeah.
But those are usually mission-specific armaments.
Yeah.
On the side, it has 2 air-to-air missiles that pop out the sides, and then that's in case it has a dogfight.
Yeah.
So in reality, it's only got 2 missiles.
True.
In this scenario, Israel does have F-15s.
They have a lot of F-15s.
They're the majority of that 104-0
Yeah.
that the F-15 has.
Right.
So yeah, if they're gonna have to shoot down a massive amount of things, it's got to be the F-15.
Right.
Straight up, it has to be designed for nothing but air-to-air combat,
Yeah, true.
which is something I don't think that has been done since maybe Desert Storm.
Yeah, maybe.
Because everything now is like, hey, go drop off because for some reason our fighters are bombers now.
Yeah.
I get it, they're faster and but I don't think I think the F-15, the F-22 was the last plane we made that was designed to dogfight. But personally, I think the F-15 is the last one that's actually done it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's got the most record, the highest record.
Right.
Not discounting the F-16 and the F-18.
True.
But the F-16 is the workhorse of our fleet.
Yeah.
Not just our fleet, NATO.
Right.
And that one can only carry 6 missiles.
Crazy.
But I guess that's a mentality of change.
Yeah.
Like the pilot Tristan said, the F-15 was the last one that was made. Not the F-15, was the start of a shift change. So the F-15 was kind of the last of the old guard in the sense of, hey, speed, power, and shit ton of missiles.
Yeah.
Then the F-16 was speed, nimbleness, be able to avoid everything, and deliver your payload.
Right.
F-18, protect our boats.
Yeah.
Then stealth technology became prevalent.
Right.
But a shit ton of missiles don't work with stealth.
No, it doesn't.
As we can
You
see.
get one or the other.
Yeah. So yeah. The F-22 is the scariest fucking thing to fly since the Cretaceous period.
Yeah.
For about 6 shots.
Right. And then it's done.
Well, it still got the cannon, but
Yeah, but what do you get? Maybe like 5 3-second bursts with that?
if that.
So maybe if you're good, you could shoot down. Let's just say you could hit every single target you shoot at and kill it. That's 5 more, so you can kill 11 things.
So that's what I'm feeling like.
And then you're out of ammo.
That's why I'm feeling like, whatchamacallit, why we decided to go back to the F-15 EX2.
Yeah.
Do you think it's, how do I phrase this? Do you think that we're having to take a step back by doing that, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think we realized that, yeah, stealth technology is cool when you're not in a full-scale war against another person. Because we haven't basically fought air-to-air since Vietnam, maybe. I mean, in a real manner. Huh?
Well, there's been air-to-air fights still, but it's just...
I'm talking about on like a warfare, like a major war scale.
Not since what?
Not since Vietnam, maybe, or Korea.
No, Desert Storm, because we fought Saddam's Air Force.
That's true, but that was still kind of limited, though. It wasn't.
That was, back then, remember, back then, they were a legitimate threat. Remember, they were the 4th strongest military in the world.
Yeah.
And then during Desert Storm 2, he decided to bury his airplanes for some reason.
Yeah. But that alone lends it to say, hey, stealth technology is cool and all, but if you're going to go up against the Russian or the Chinese Air Force where they have numbers, if you can only kill 6 of them, okay, that's cool, but then what are you going to do when you're out of ammo? You got to leave.
That's why I'm wondering, do you think that's the reason why DARPA and all them stopped working so much on the 6th generation fighter, and we're now retrofitting the F-22. We're now making the Strike Eagle 2.
Yeah, probably because we're like, hey, we need something that can kill 16, 17 fucking things.
Or is it honestly that, hey, our stealth technology is here. Russia and China are here. Why are we going to make this even higher?
Yeah, what's the point? We don't need to.
We're already stealthier than them, but we need to be able to
deliver payloads.
Yeah.
And fucking kill things. And we can't do that if we're hampered with stealth. Or caught up with it, I guess.
Or most likely, hey, let's send up a bunch of our new F-15s. Russia's like, F-15s, we got to go fight them. Cool. You guys over there, 22s.
Yeah, I mean, even if they fucking send their super secret squirrel stealth,
The checkmate,
whatever
and
the fuck it's called.
the felon and the checkmate.
Yeah, if they fucking even send those things, I mean, I feel like F-22 or F-16s could take them, or F-15s could take them, you know, without stealth technology.
Yeah, but like my point is, like, again, I'm not saying anything bad against, because the F-16 and the F-18 I didn't even put in the fucking plane episode.
Right, yeah.
Nothing bad against them, especially the 16, since it's, like I said, it's the workhorse of our fleet.
Yeah.
But the F-15's 104-0.
Right.
It's our greatest, seriously, it's our greatest fucking us dragging our nuts over Russia's face accomplishment.
Yeah, definitely.
How do we get on this topic? When we talking about Iran?
Yeah, we're talking about Iran. But anyways, well, go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's just this era of warfare is gonna be unique
Yeah, it's going to be very fucking unique.
because we're gonna be in. I think the point I was trying to make is that when did the F-15 come out? During the Cold War, 1970s.
Yeah, 80s, 70s, 80s, somewhere around there.
The rest of the world hasn't even caught up to that yet.
That's true. That's a true story.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just like, to me, I just feel like, I know for a fact that when Russia's like, oh, check out the new F-25, the MiG-25 Foxbat. Like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. It does this, and this. In the U.S., like, holy shit. Let's make something that's going to fucking, we have to make something that can fight it. And then we make something that not only can fight it, but fucking destroy everything else in the fucking world. True. And then Russia's like, no!
Yeah, I don't know.
As it sits right now, like, I think Russia's biggest threat to us is the MiG-29.
Yeah.
Because that felon does not look like it's fucking, the fucking felon does not look like it's a very maneuverable plane.
True.
They claim it is, but it's like twice the size of a Raptor.
Yeah, it's much bigger.
Yeah. And then the checkmate, they haven't shown much of it.
Right.
But it's just, they fucking, Habitual Line Crossers said it best. It looks like they got the F-35 off a Wish.
I mean, yeah, that is accurate. It does look like that.
And again, you can give me all those numbers about Israel versus Iran.
Yeah.
But we know those aren't the real numbers. Right. Because it's Israel versus the United States. It's going to be Iran versus the United States.
Yeah. I was just talking like a straight war between the two. And then my illustration was going to be, there's no way that Israel is going to win, which is why we have to get involved. We have no choice but to get involved.
Well, remember, we always said that when it comes to a warfare, when a nuclear power is involved, numbers no longer matter.
Right.
But Israel is the exception to that because they don't have. When I was making that point, I was talking about militaristic power.
Yeah.
Israel doesn't have the military. A nation that developed its own nukes has the technology to develop other great weapons.
Right.
Israel created the Iron Dome. I'm never gonna take that away from them.
Yeah.
But most of their military equipment is our shit.
True.
They haven't been. Have they been modernizing as much as Poland has?
I don't think so.
And I think that's the problem that Israel had, that the entire NATO, all our allies have.
Yeah.
Is they become reliant on us.
True.
Thank God Britain finally got their head out their ass and used, you know what? We're not going to wait for America to make their own 6th generation fighter. We're going to make our own. Like, cool. Yeah. More of that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's starting to fucking realize, hey, I'm not starting to realize, but everyone's starting to modernize, but I'm like, you should have been doing that 20 years ago.
True.
Thank God Poland got everybody to fucking start doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because this is probably going to be has the potential to be the starting point for World War III, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I think in the history books, I think they will look back and see that the the Russian invasion of the Ukraine is going to be the true start of World War III. Just like the true start of World War II, people didn't think it really was World War II until we got involved, till 1941 when we jumped in. However, or 1942 technically when we jumped in, but,
No, but Canada and Mexico were involved before we got involved.
Right, but I'm saying people don't generally want to look at the start of World War II, or at least back then even, until we got involved, right? But history shows in 1938 when Hitler invaded Poland, that was the real beginning of World War II. So this will be...
I would say... Well, no, because I would say the invasion of Czechoslovakia, and because he invaded other countries before he invaded Poland.
Yeah, but that was the one that was the real... true invasion of another full sovereign country. That was the one that is, that was the beginning of World War II. So, I don't know. So I guess we'll see what happens with this. But anyways,
I don't want World War, but
no, neither do we. But
hopefully, we know our military can end this quick.
Yeah,
and hopefully we do. But like I said in that message, this is going to be a quick battle with Iran,
right?
But it's going to be a long war with BRICS.
Yeah, true. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. And we'll keep, reporting on it here as to when things happen. So we'll keep giving our opinions on the matter. But like I said, it remains to be seen what's going to happen. And no one can literally predict, what the fuck's going to happen.
Well, just to finally use this. What I want to say about this whole situation, especially with Iran.
Yeah.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
Yeah, pretty accurate. It's all fucking stupid.
I said Iran, but honestly,
it's everybody.
It's everybody, dude.
It's fucking everybody. So anyways, now that we're all depressed, anything else?
I'm trying to work a joke out here. As someone that marks for the U.S. military industrial complex, can we all just get along?
Yeah, that would be nice. But anyways, well, until the world ends, go ahead and go to GameRageMagazine.com, where you can hear all of our other podcasts.
That aren't as
depressing as this, I guess. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter /X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. Go to follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast. And if you like anime, you should become an agent of the syndicate and go listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast, which is conveniently located at GameRageMagazine.com and wherever podcasts are sold. Anyways, that'll do it for us. Fuck it. We'll catch you on the next one.
That was the latest episode of the Central Unintelligence Podcast. Don't forget, subscribe and like on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. We're also on Twitter /X at Game Rage Mag. Also our website, www.GameRageMagazine.com.